Text my
You're
actual
recording?
phone number.
Oh, I have to text.
Why?
I have to
You don't
text-
answer anyway.
I have to text you.
No,
No, I missed it. I'm sending you one. Hang on.
I just did it. Is that a zipper?
Not a zipper.
What is it? I couldn't hear it. It's not loud enough.
Yeah, I can't hear it either. We're wasting time. What time do you have to be done?
I hear Dave's.
That's mine going up.
Was that a fart?
There we go.
Okay.
Worth it.
What is
Wait.
that?
Start the podcast.
Welcome to Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast brought to you by Forest Brewery. Forest Brewery in London, Ontario, Canada.
Forest Brewery, the beer that never underwhelms.
That's a fact.
No.
Matter of fact,
Oh, look at you.
time for another one.
Actually, it's even evening and I didn't get a beer. I should have.
You should have.
First
Darn it.
nighttime recording. It's Due to
Yes.
Underwhelming Demand After Dark.
After dark.
It's our After
'cause
Dark
it's after
podcast.
5 p.m.
Anyway, cheers. And thank you, Forest Brewery. By the way, spelled four, the number four, ESTBrewery.com.
Yes.
Okay. Or you can, they're at Forest Brewery on Instagram if you want to check out
Mhm.
anything they do. We'll tell
Yeah.
you a little bit more about them, but thank you for being our sponsor. And it's good beer.
And you know what? We've had a lot of people who have noticed that we have a sponsor now.
Yes, yes.
So if you're considering a sponsorship, people notice. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot
like
of people have commented to us or sent messages saying,
Sure.
hey, you got a sponsor. That's great. So
Yeah.
thank you, Forrest.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, I just have a little fun. I know you do fun facts, but I thought this was interesting that Baby Center is now saying that baby names, Elon and Kanye, are declining
Okay.
in popularity.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But
I couldn't
this
say.
and this is good for us.
Okay.
The baby name Forman remains as popular as always. So how about
As popular as what? You broke up.
as popular as always.
Oh, as always.
As
Yes.
Not
always.
fairy.
Right.
Here,
That's right.
I have another interesting fact.
Oh,
What's that?
Listen to you guys,
Yeah.
all your fun facts. Okay.
What's that?
One of the top trending pet names of 2022 is
Foreman.
Mike.
Oh,
Mike, the
Mike-
dog. I like
Mike's not
that.
bad. I like
And
that.
making a huge resurgence this year,
Uh-huh.
Gary.
Gary's a good
I
dog
met a
name.
dog named Daryl, and that was fun. Daryl.
I would love to meet a dog.
I
named
know,
Gary.
right? Isn't that awesome?
That's a country song. I met a dog named Daryl.
Should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick, tell Tim Hicks.
He stole my truck. He stole my wife.
I met a dog named Daryl.
Yeah, that's right. That's how it all works. All right. This is Dave, Rachel, and Forman. It's our a little podcast. It's a very little podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. And on the podcast, if we want to, we can swear.
Yes. Well, we can, but I would prefer that my children don't.
Uh-huh.
So I
You're-
try
well,
I
they're-
try not to because I know that sometimes there's kids listening, but
Mm-hmm.
so if your child is listening, I will be swearing in a minute. Just so you know. This is your warning.
Little heads
Because
up.
I have had
Okay.
people say, "Oh, I listen with my kids and whatever."
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and so my kid has been swearing behind my back. I
Which
didn't-
one?
The younger one, the 5-year-old.
Yeah. They're always little rascals, aren't they?
What do you mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
They're
Little rats?
little
Because the
shits,
oldest
yeah.
one is like calm, maybe a little more introverted, quiet, likes to read. The younger one's a fucking nightmare.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, the older one knows the words, but she's as far as I know, doesn't say them. So, my mom had the kids recently. My
Oh,
two kids. So
okay.
Kendall's
Yeah.
5. Okay,
Mhm.
Julia's 9. And my mom texted me. She said, sometime remind me to tell you the story about Kendall from last week. And I was like, well, now you have to tell me. So she's texting me.
Mhm.
And she says, so we're sitting at the counter, just having some snacks. And out of nowhere, Kendall says, fuckity fuck. Out of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not even really That's not even really a word.
You're
not
right,
even-
Dave.
it's
It's
not.
not. It's not.
But
so she's
it's-
heard that somewhere.
Mom's favorite saying.
Do you
Well,
wander the
that
house?
was my first reaction.
do you
was
wa-
I better stop swearing in my house?
Do you wander the house like singing?
Fuckity fuck fuck. No.
Fuck, look at Rachel go.
Yeah, really? No. No. So my mom says I looked at her a little bit. I was just stunned. I'm not sure I heard her right. So she said it again.
Nice.
Did she
And
ask
then
her to say
and
it
then
again?
no, my mom just kind of looked at her, and so Kendall came out with it again.
Mm-hmm.
Twice now she said it.
Right.
And then nobody said anything. My mom, her partner Stu, and Julia. Nobody said anything. She just smiled, Kendall, and then my mom just said, "We don't say words like that." And then that was it. That was the end of it. There was no discussion or reprimand. I think that's probably best. My mom was like, I was trying not to laugh.
Oh yeah, you don't want to laugh at
It
that.
comes out of a 5-year-old, and you're like, what? Do you even know? She's tried to say like stupid and stuff before, and I'm like, hey, we don't say that, or even the word hate. We try and tell the kids
sure.
like that's not nice to say you hate something, right? So we don't. So I think this was like a new one on her. So she thought she'd try this one out and see if it went over.
Okay.
But I think she knew if she did it to mom and dad, she'd really get in trouble. So she was testing.
Oh, okay. Sure. Run it up.
Gigi is what she calls my mom.
Run it up the flagpole.
Run it up the flagpole
with grandma.
Right.
And
see how that goes
see,
over.
See how it plays there.
Yeah.
And then we can take the show on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
And
what do you do when your kids are swearing? Do you
sooner or
address
later-
it, or do you like?
Sooner or later, we're on Broadway.
Well, yeah, really. This one,
we got a show.
This one might be.
Take
Yeah.
it to school. Yep.
Hey.
She's taking stuff to school. She's been getting in trouble and not listening at school. No swearing that I know of at school, but not being a listener at
If
school.
this is completely out of nowhere for her,
Mhm.
you're not prancing.
She's
around
never
the
done it
house
in-
saying it.
Well,
and
not that I
Jeremy isn't.
recall.
Then do you?
Well, I'm pretty
do you-
sure I've heard you say that at some point, Rachel. I'm pretty sure.
Well, try not to
you
say
know,
it in front of the
pretty-
kids.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure you've said maybe
Well,
worse. I don't
yeah.
know.
Yes,
Sure.
probably worse. But do you ever consider like, well, it must be that bad kid at school, that one kid that's the bad influence that you always
No.
had suspicions about? It came from that one.
No, because I think maybe there's. I think there's a kid or two that she tells me about, but now I'm starting to think she might be the bad kid. Like, is it?
I'm
her?
sorry. I shouldn't laugh at that. I mean, but it's you know.
I think she's tries to be good, but it's very tough for her to listen and do what she's told lately. I don't know if that's a 5-year-old thing. Yeah. So
I don't know.
but she does better than most days. Like most days are good.
Well, when I was
So.
describing, how the older one might be a little more quiet and that kind of thing, I was just describing my own 5 and 9-year-olds. But your 9-year-old it leads by example. And how many times has she had to have her cubby moved and had to be moved on the
Oh,
bus?
yeah.
And the picture you've painted of that one over the years.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Well,
That's fair. That's
yeah.
fair. That's fair.
And you know what? That was also in kindergarten. Like I think they both my kids have now, because Kendall's in SK, senior kindergarten. So I think they've both started school on, they can't stop talking, don't listen very well, and just can't stop moving. Yeah.
What were you?
Gotta wear them down a little bit.
What were
first.
you like when you were that age? Did you?
Well,
you can't stop talking.
The people that you get on the report card, they talk a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
End up talking for a living.
Talking a lot and kissing.
Here we all are, guys.
Yeah, kissing boys behind the puppet stand.
Oh yes, but that was only one boy.
I've never forgotten that.
Dave and I kept a list.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London, festbrewery.com. Visit their website. We'll tell you more about them.
For
Beer-
EST?
For EST,
Yeah, for
not
EST.
FEST.
No.
How many of those have you had?
Four.
Number
No,
yeah,
just
really. This is our
And-
first nighttime podcast after dark, so
That could be maybe the reason.
You're drinking.
Anyway, the beer is good. Beer is really good.
okay.
All right. By popular demand, it's back. Dear Dave, Rachel, and Forman.
I saw this one on Springer the other day.
Controversy, drama, opinions, debate.
Dear Dave and Rachel.
Dear Dave and Rachel.
Dear Dave, Rachel, and Forman. So I just started dating a guy I really like, and he's the first guy I've ever dated that doesn't know how to dress.
Uh-oh.
He's gorgeous in every other way, but just doesn't get fashion and doesn't dress well. He's very into his ripped jeans and flannel shirts. I want to start buying clothes and dressing him, but I'm afraid it might push him away. It's been about a month now, so I'm wondering if you think I should go for it and get him some more stylish clothes. What do you think?
First guy you've ever dated that doesn't know how to dress.
I guess.
So it's your very first boyfriend ever, is what you're saying.
That's what I was thinking. Like, pretty much every boyfriend I've had to help.
All he wears is flannel. Yeah, me too, because that's what Ashley buys me from Costco.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
your wife dresses you, so I guess it's not a problem. You're on her side?
I'd rather she did.
Oh, okay.
It's better for her and it's better for me. If she picks out what she wants to see me in,
Mm-hmm.
have at it. Because I obviously I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't either.
I don't know. Like, what are we, a month? Did you say a month?
A month, yeah.
A
about
month?
Yeah.
I don't know. It may be a little too soon. It might be a little bit.
Pushy right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, look.
I would wait maybe 6 months-ish. Maybe 3 if you want to be like early, but like a month it's a
If
little
you're
early.
concerned about his fashion, I think a month's long enough to see his full wardrobe, and that's what you're gonna get.
Well, wearing ripped.
I don't know. I wouldn't be buying clothes unless I know that I'm going to be with this person for a little. Like, it's only been a month, right? I don't know. If you can see yourself longer term, then sure. Buy clothes
mean,
for him.
How bad is it? Where are you going that if he's got ripped jeans and a, what'd you say,
Flannel shirts.
a flannel shirt?
I actually don't think there's anything wrong with
No,
ripped jeans and
seems,
flannel shirts.
I didn't think
I
so
don't know
either.
what her style is. Maybe
I don't know.
very different, I guess. I don't know. I buy Jeremy's clothes. Like, I pick them out.
All of them.
Because, pretty much.
All of them. You don't
Yeah.
let him buy anything.
Well, he just doesn't. Like, the only time he ever gets clothes is like his birthday and Christmas.
Right.
Like, it's not like he goes to a store to buy clothes himself ever. I don't know if he's ever done that.
If you didn't dress him, what would he wear?
He would probably say, "Hey, can you come shopping with me to buy some
No.
clothes?"
But what would he walk out of the house with if it was up to him and not you?
Well, he picks out his clothes, but like all
Right.
the clothes in his closet, I've picked out.
What would he prefer to wear? Is what I'm
I don't
trying
know.
to. You keep.
I think he's good with
Like, is
what
he-
he has.
Is he going to walk out
I don't-
wearing a hockey jersey everywhere?
Oh no, because that did happen at the very beginning, and I was like, "We're not
But
doing
this
that."
is this is what I'm saying
Yeah,
to you.
but
you
I mean,
weren't
we were like
around-
19 in college, right? So
Yeah.
he did, but after you can't wear that around.
Yeah, but if you weren't around, he would. I think is the point.
That's
Maybe,
what I'm wondering.
yeah.
That's what I'm wondering.
I vaguely recall-
19-year-old guys from college and never ended up with a
Uh-huh.
partner later. We
Mhm.
would still be in. Not only it's not just dressing the same way. We'd be dressing in the literal same clothes because we haven't bought anything new.
Right? Yeah, I think I vaguely recall some rugby type shirts that I was like, no, we're gonna get rid of those. So I changed things,
So you
and
buy,
he was happy
but,
with it. Like Forman, I think guys are okay with that actually.
Yes.
They must be
see,
based on those 2 men that I know.
Okay, well, I mean, I can't speak for all men, and I never intend to, but I believe you guys have a point. I believe Forman has a point. But I can pick out things that I like to wear, and I don't think I do a bad job. I mean, but I I basically stick to basics. So maybe that's why.
You're a t-shirt and jeans
Yes.
kind of guy, and your t-shirt collection is extensive.
Mm,
It's
yes.
all logoed tees.
Oh yeah, like
So-
yeah, I have some of that, but I
that's
also
kind of which I mean, that's fine.
but I have
That's fine.
sweaters. I have stuff for colder weather. I have
Yeah.
I mean, and
But
my-
I don't know. I think maybe you're an exception because you're also a very good gift giver, Dave. So I think
So you
that
think that's
your
why?
picking out skills are just better.
See, and I don't.
Usually, I try and find fault with what you're saying, but I really can't in this case.
I'm not. I'm not really. I mean, I don't know that I don't like to get dressed up, but if I have to, I feel like I can do that. But I also, Jana buys me clothes, and 99% of the time, 95. Okay, 90. 85% of the time.
That you like them.
Yes. The odd time I'll go, you really want me to wear this? You really, like when you looked at this, you really went.
That's what you picked out?
This is what you picked out. This is the
I
one.
think Jeremy just assumes that I know better.
That you put under the tree.
Yeah.
And went to the trouble of wrapping, and you thought, so
I don't know. Are most guys like
occasionally.
Dave and they have their own opinion, or are most like Forman and my husband Jeremy and they're just like, no, my wife knows better?
Well, there might be a bit of a gray area, and I understand what Dave's saying too when she does pick something out, and you're like, oh, jeez.
I don't want to wear it.
But you can't say anything, or you.
Dave does.
No, because then you get a big stink, and we're like, well, fine, then you're on your own from now on if you don't like that.
Oh, geez. Okay, well,
right?
Then maybe you can't.
Look, some of it I wear. Like you've seen, my wife likes
you've
to
come in in very bright outfits for golf.
Usually for golf,
past,
and
yeah.
she loves to buy me stuff.
Day glow.
Yes, and she matches it very well. And I hear about it when I go to the golf course. Don't get me.
You hear about it from me when I see you.
But I still know that she's done a good job, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it's stylish. Yeah, sure.
Wearing it, and you're not protesting it, so that something better might come along later.
Well, that's true.
So this girl writing to us is going to eventually dress this guy. So is a month too soon? What? I mean, you're the guys. Would you?
I don't know how quickly did Ashley get you dressed better, Forman? How fast?
It's probably not as fast as she would have liked.
Okay.
And she's still working on it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, I think a month is maybe a little. I would be a little cautious. You don't want to scare him off.
Maybe wait 3 months.
But if he's receptive
maybe
to
6.
it, and if you really have that fashion mind and find, I found you a shirt, get one thing, see what he says.
Yeah.
If he's like, sweet, yeah, great, and then he wears it every other day, then you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, maybe try to give him something. That might work.
Yep.
See, and or say something like, have you got a different colored flannel shirt? Maybe in.
Do you have a different flannel? Do you have something that's not flannel? Maybe.
Let's see how that goes over.
Maybe cotton, just regular plain cotton, jersey fabric.
Or what I get, do you have a T-shirt that doesn't have a brewery on it?
Yeah,
Dave,
exactly.
Yeah, Dave and you.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast. Dave, Rachel, and Forman, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London, Ontario, Canada. How do we spell it?
4, number 4, EST.
Yep.
Brewery.
There you go. .com.
You know why they're called that? Because, London is known as the Forest City, but they also give, they pledge to support the tree cover, and they're giving money, 4% of their proceeds back to paying for planting trees and protecting London's tree cover, which I think is amazing. Good for them.
So not
what a great initiative.
Not just planting more trees, but looking after the trees we already have, which is a great thing. And the other great thing about the beer is it's good. It's a very good beer.
Yeah.
This is for the uninitiated, Rachel. It's a lager.
Okay.
It's a Munich Helles. Which is very, very popular in Germany. Obviously, they're by the Munich.
Which city in particular?
Munich. Munich. That's the one.
Hamburg.
And it's really very, very good.
Is it one of those beers where I always find that Ashley is very hesitant on new beers that I bring home, especially the craft beers. And when they look like weird colors and stuff. She's like, I don't know. But sometimes you find a real good one, and I'm thinking it's this one that she's right into, will enjoy. If it's here, she'll grab it, drink it every time.
It's their description of it on their website is easy drinking. I would say, yup.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yup.
What's the percentage on it?
It's 5%. 5%.
Okay. All right. I can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and by the way, you can pick up this beer, Forced beer, at any LCBO store in London. Also, I have found it all over the place at beer stores, and it's on tap at selected restaurants, which I haven't tried yet, but I will.
Yeah.
All you have to do is go to their website, forestbrewery.com, the number 4, estbrewery.com,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got some of the restaurants that have it on tap. So there you go.
Perfect.
Try them out.
If you've seen it at a restaurant or tried it there, let us know about
Yeah.
which one it is.
Let us know.
Mhm.
And by the way, they are our very first sponsor. We're so proud to have them as a sponsor, and they're supporting us. So if you support us, maybe you'll support them. That's all we can say.
Yeah.
They're
And
good
thank you
people.
to them.
Yeah, a big thank you to Forest Brewery in London for sponsoring this fabulous podcast.
It's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yes,
That's right.
that's true. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, brought to you by Forest Brewery in London, Ontario. We're Dave, Rachel, and Forman. Normally, when I stumble across one of these things, when we used to be on the radio, I'd be like, yeah, maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we, because everybody talks about this stuff.
Mhm.
And as a radio show, we normally would take things that we thought everybody would talk about, and we would either go, do we want to talk about that, or let's flip it around on its head and try to talk about it in a different way. And this is one of those things where I just go, yeah, I don't really care. I came across a list of the most stolen vehicles in Canada. In fact, in Ontario.
Oh, okay.
So far this year. So up
Watch
until
out.
the end of September, and I just went, okay, well, let me look and see if my vehicle's on there. Oh, it's not there. Good. Okay, I feel better. But as I'm scanning this list, I look, and I'll give you the top 5 here: the Honda CR-V, the Lexus RX series, Ford F-150, the Honda Civic, and the Toyota Highlander. And I looked at that list, and I went,
What?
Hold on a second. Hold on just 1 second.
Yeah.
I know someone who owns 2 of those.
And I have owned 3.
What happened to the third?
Somebody
Someone
steal it?
It was stolen. No, I'm
Somebody
just kidding. It
steal
wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Somebody
stolen.
steal it?
No, it wasn't. We sold it. Actually, I gave it to my cousin. Gave it away. I have a Honda CR-V and a Toyota Highlander.
Well, how about that?
And we used to have a Civic.
I know.
That was the first car I ever bought, actually, with my big grown-up money.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just wondering. So I don't really, understand why these are the most stolen vehicles. But does that not give you pause to go, should I have these vehicles? Are they easy to steal?
I don't know.
They're either so in demand because they're such great vehicles that everyone wants them,
and we know that's not necessarily true.
Or it's basically everyone leaving the key in them and the car running. Like, what's going on?
No. Well, the Highlander. So the CR-V is old. Our CR-V is like 12 years old now. And it has a regular key that you have to use. It's old school. The Highlander has a push button, so if you don't have the key, you can't drive it. But maybe there's a way.
Apparently not.
Newest vehicle.
The Highlander's our newest one, yeah.
But back on the old radio show days, that was the one you talked about, how it's just beeps at you all the time.
Yeah, I don't know how people could steal a Highlander because it beeps for freaking everything.
Well,
every movement, it beeps for everything. It's ridiculous. I had to turn off some of the beeps.
How old is
it?
Was like, is it
it's
3?
3 years old.
Yeah, okay, so it's right in the wheelhouse here of the ones that are being stolen. I'm just saying.
Well,
okay.
I can.
No, it's 4 years old now. It's 4 years old.
Okay, so yeah.
So still in the wheelhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, here in Nova Scotia, maybe this is something finally us Nova Scotians have up on you on Terribles.
On Terribles, yeah.
The most stolen
I know
vehicle
everybody
here
out there hates us.
is a Ram 1500.
Oh,
Dodge Ram.
really? Okay.
Because people here must be as smart as I am and don't want a Highlander.
Why wouldn't you want a Highlander? It's a great car. It's a real smooth ride.
No.
I got 7 seats, but it doesn't look like a van.
And
It's
it
awesome.
beeps, and it never stops beeping.
No, well, that's true. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, I
Funny
turned
you-
off some of the beeps, so it has stopped for me.
Funny
Okay.
you said the V word, Rachel.
What?
It's a van. It's a van. It looks like a van.
No,
it's
it
as long as
doesn't.
a van. Just because your doors don't slide doesn't mean it doesn't drive like a van.
It's not a
It is-
van.
Big honking van of a
It
tank
is a van.
barreling down
It is
Warncliffe
not.
Road.
Yeah.
No, everyone get out of my
Barreling
way.
down. I don't barrel down anywhere. And it's not a van. It's a
Yes.
SUV. It's a large SUV.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It
an
is not a
extremely
van.
large
Okay.
SUV.
What did
If
you
it was
just?
a van, I'd have a lot more trunk space.
Yeah. What did you just say? You've got the one with the how many seats?
7.
Yeah. It's a van. It's.
But I
it
didn't
might
get the one with 2 bench seats with 8.
It might as well be a bus.
It's not a bus.
It's a small train car.
Oh my God.
That's what it is.
train car.
That's what it is.
We
You're
are-
driving
Well, what do
a-
you have?
Well, we are.
You've got a. Oh, you have a station wagon, Forman. Don't even talk to me. Yes, your Dodge, whatever it is. That's like a
Journey.
station. Yeah, it's like a station wagon.
Yeah, it's 5 seats.
Right. So
Five.
dumb. It
Yeah.
should have 7 because you got a huge back.
This is how I know so much about Highlanders, because that car does suck. It's old. It was the most base model so many years ago. We are in the market for a new vehicle. Looked at Highlanders, thought we should maybe get them because they're so gosh darn popular, and they break the sales records every year, and
Yeah,
they're
'cause
just so
they're-
safe and reliable Toyotas. And
They're vans.
You know, at the risk of alienating Toyota Town from sponsoring this podcast forever, they suck. You are the first person to say, don't give in to being old, and yet you drive a Highlander.
No, I don't. Young people drive Highlanders like
they don't,
me.
They don't want to.
Well,
They're
they
hand-me-downs.
certainly don't drive station wagons like you, sir.
The only
Oh,
young
boy.
people driving the Highlanders because their parents tried to get offloaded onto them because they don't want to touch it anymore. It is
Wow.
I love my
oldest
Highlander. I love it.
Uh-huh.
van.
Okay.
It's the
Yeah.
worst thing to drive.
No, but it's not an actual van.
Yes, it
No.
is.
It's a van.
Worse than a
It's
van.
it's a van. You're driving a van, and I love how you don't want to be driving a van.
No.
but you're driving a van.
No, I'm
But you
not.
are.
Yeah. you're driving
No,
a
we
van.
needed the extra seats because sometimes we have to cart other kids around.
You're just no.
Because-
you're carting yourself around, saying, "Hey, everyone, I can't admit to myself that this is a van." And you all know
My
it.
best friend was just here and she was like, I like how this is not a van. And I was
Mhm.
like, yes, exactly.
See,
Thank
we lie to
you.
each other. As long as
That's
you
why
keep
you're my
lying.
best friend.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's exactly why she's your best friend. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, brought to you by Forest Brewery, forestbrewery.com. Check them out. Try the
Baby's
beer.
first sponsor.
Yeah, it's
You
our
could buy
first
so
sponsor.
many cases of it and stick it in the back of that Highlander.
I hate you. I hate you. What about your station wagon, old man?
Don't have one.
What
All
happened to it?
I'll try to.
Oh,
This is why,
There you
this
go.
is why
no,
we
but-
need a new one. That bit's
Okay.
over.
right.
Oh,
All right. Let everybody calm down.
that'll come back.
Take a breath. Okay. Time for a couple of emails. Got time for a couple of emails. So here we
Okay.
go. And you can
Yes.
email us, by the way, daverachelforman@gmail.com.
Mhm.
If you know someone that might want to sponsor the podcast, you can get a hold of us there. It's very easy to do.
Yeah.
And
And people are taking note, just saying. They noticed that we have a sponsor.
Okay, here we go. Hey guys, congrats on having your first sponsor. Thanks, Forest Brewery. Yes.
Aw.
Thank you, thank
Yay, thank you.
All right, request. Do you think that you could bring back Tales from Space?
Oh.
Foreman used to do Tales from Space.
Mm-hmm.
And
Rachel
we
did the intro for that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Rachel
I
the-
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love the show every week. Like the girl said on the podcast this week, feels like home. Cheers, Deb. Thank you, Deb.
Aw.
That's very nice.
Thank you,
very
Deb.
nice. Very nice. One more. Hey, guys. It's Kathleen from Kamoka.
Okay. Hey, Kathleen.
You're making that up, Kathleen.
It's really her.
Anyway, it's Kathleen from Kamoka, and I love your podcast. It's not underwhelming. It's strangely satisfying
Oh.
to hear your shenanigans again. How about that?
Well, it's
Shenanigans.
supposed to be satisfying.
That's so nice. Thank you.
And Foreman definitely looks like Bernard. I
Yes.
agree completely.
Yeah.
Kathleen from Kamoka. So
doesn't,
there you go.
doesn't leave Kamoka very often, do you, Kathleen?
Oh, Okay, don't be hard on Kathleen.
But thanks for listening.
You do look like Bernard.
You do look like Bernard.
From the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Have you started watching the new episodes yet?
Yes, they stink.
I haven't watched them. What? No, they can't.
Foreman?
Oh.
Well, Emily and I tried about 5 minutes of the first one, and she was already off. The
Yeah, we've watched.
Oh, really?
We've made it through 2 so far. Not so good. Try the Christmas Story.
That makes me sad.
Christmas Story was better.
No.
It was
the new Christmas Story. Yeah,
it was a little better. A little
Okay.
better.
Well, the original movie was terrible. So.
Oh, I love the original movie. Don't get me started. Anyway, thank you, Kathleen from Komoka.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to read some of the because you can buy us a coffee as well, and thank you to all these people who have, because
Wow.
it helps us pay for things like the podcasting platform. We have to have a subscription to it and things like that. So thank you. Somebody, and they didn't leave their name, they bought us 10 coffees.
Wow.
They say, I've never been a country music fan, so this is such a pleasure to listen and laugh out loud as you are new to me.
Oh, well,
Wow.
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you. That's so nice. This is from our friend Rob. Dear Dave, Rachel, and Foreman.
Dear Dave.
He says, I really missed you, and some of it I can't read. So thank you for that. Actually, I can because it's a podcast.
Yes, you can.
He says, for the record, coffee is a diuretic and will help with those bullets in the chamber.
Okay, thanks.
P.S.
All
That would be
right.
the best band name ever.
Okay,
That
thank
was from the last Dear Dave and Rachel.
Okay.
Someone said, Jim Bag says, great hearing you three again.
Jim Bag.
Jim Bag. Yeah, that's what he says.
Where does he live?
I don't know. Erica bought us 10 coffees and says, because
Whoa.
I don't want you guys to ever leave again.
Oh, that's
Thank
very
you.
nice.
You
Oh,
know,
that's
it was
very
like
nice.
after a couple episodes where I said I wouldn't and you shouldn't buy us any coffees. People above bought us more than ever.
I know.
Crazy.
Well, thank you so much. It means a lot that you listen. And we talked about this last time because we had like 10,000 downloads already, and it's stunning
crazy.
to me. So
It's funny.
Yeah.
What
It's
was
awesome.
the first one you listed? One. Who was the person who didn't listen to us before because they didn't like country music?
they just said it didn't say a name.
Right. So Steph Horst has been leaving us a few messages on Instagram saying, I'm really enjoying this podcast. I didn't listen when you were on the radio because the station wasn't my taste of music. Your chemistry is genuine. A lot of the humor obviously comes from your history together. I laugh out loud even when I'm listening alone. Thank you
Wow.
for bringing your
Aw.
show to a podcast format. And that's not the only comment she left.
Oh, that's so nice.
It was a few episodes ago. Obviously, she's referenced saying, I'm listening to this episode right now, laughing my ass off, resting self-entitled horse face.
Are you talking
I
about
like that.
Foreman?
I like that.
Because he
I like
loves
that.
horses.
I like that. Well, keep your comments coming. Thank you for your support so far. We really appreciate it. Again, our email is daverachelforeman@gmail.com.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
The end.
Pack it all up into the Highlander.
Well, it'll fucking fit. Screw you.